Well, welcome back. Let's take a look at our question of the day now. So with the reported increase of alcohol-related cases being treated at hospitals, how do you believe South Africans could change attitudes towards alcohol? Love to hear your views on this because as we saw the ban on alcohol sales being lifted under lockdown level 3, this has of course brought about more cases that hospitals have to deal with, in addition with COVID-19 related cases, and that placing a strain on already strained resources. So what are your views? What do you think should be done about South Africans' attitudes towards alcohol? At Morning Live SABC, hashtag Morning Live is where you can send us your comments.
All right, let's look at the stories of the day today. The Fair Trade Independent Tobacco Association is today expected to head to the High Court in Pretoria to seek relief on the legality of the lockdown regulations which ban the sale of tobacco products in South Africa.
Now, Parliament's Standing Committee on Public Accounts, that's SCOPA, will today be briefed by the Deputy Minister of Public Enterprises on the liquidation process at South African Express.
And according to the latest figures released here by the Health Ministry, the total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in South Africa to date now stands at 50,879. The number of deaths is now at 1,080. And a total number of 26,099 people have since recovered, which brings the total number of active cases in South Africa to 23,700.
And of course, those numbers, should you need any information, you can call the 24-hour hotline on 0800 029 999, and you can also get more information via WhatsApp on 0600 123 456.
All right, taking a look at some of the, let's look at the graphics before we get to the trending topics. Apologies for that one. So the Western Cape, I think we've broken them down for you, but let's look again a bit closer. The Western Cape, 33,568. The Eastern Cape is at 6,341. Gauteng, 6,258. KwaZulu-Natal, 3,175. The Northwest, 580. Free State, 373. Limpopo, 244. Mpumalanga, 183. And the Northern Cape, 118 cases.
And then taking a look at the overall numbers there, the number of tests conducted to date in South Africa, 943,059. Number of confirmed cases is 50,879. We've seen 26,099 recoveries. There have been 1,080 deaths so far, and the number of active cases, 23,700.
All right, let me talk you through the global picture. 6.8 million confirmed cases, up 136,000 cases yesterday. The death toll is now sitting at 397,000 cases. So fatalities, I beg your pardon, that's up almost 5,000 deaths from yesterday's reported figure. The United States is, of course, still the biggest number of cases. It's sitting at 2 million. In fact, confirmed cases yesterday went up 18,556, and the death toll is now at 113,000. That went up 448 yesterday. Remember, yesterday we spoke to Brazil, Sakina, and these are the two countries that I look at because at the moment these are the top two positions for the infection rate. And at one stage, Brazil, we know, we've been speaking to them every day and the situation that's been going on there. But, you know, at one stage yesterday, they took off the figures from their website, and I'm not sure if it's up again, but I do see figures sitting here, and they're saying that within Brazil, there are now 711,000 cases, and the death toll is nearing 40,000. And that, of course, is a massive number. It really is.
Certainly is staggering. All right, let's move on to those trending topics. First up, hashtag UWC must fall. That's the University of the Western Cape. And this, of course, about students complaining about inclusivity since they have been told to go online with their studies. And many students complaining, saying they've either not received laptops or they've not received data, and now the institution wants them to write exams. So feeling excluded and complaining about what is happening here. And others, of course, Leanne, saying, but, you know, UNISA students can do it. And the argument being made is that UNISA students willingly sign up for distance learning, not the case with institutions like UWC, and therefore students are feeling a little hard done by at this point.
Yeah. And it's hard to see some of these tweets coming out there. It really is, and that's what people are speaking to. Another one, justice for Tseho Pule, and this is devastating. This beautiful, beautiful young life has been taken. Now, you know, this started yesterday with people talking to the fact that Tseho was last seen at Westlake Complex, Florida, Rudaport, at her boyfriend's place. Security footage shows Tseho being accompanied by her boyfriend to an unknown grey Jeep. He stayed behind and she left with the driver, I beg your pardon. That was the last time she was seen. Well, the latest was, of course, a little bit later on in the day. She was found, strangled, tied up, stabbed 8 times to death. And even make it worse, Sakina, she was 8 months pregnant. She was found hanging from a tree. And now, of course, once again, everybody talking about the fact of women abuse in this country, young lives, beautiful young lives being taken, and just the devastation to this. I mean, this is again another story where everybody now, of course, is trying to piece the pictures together. And you know, who did she leave with? What does the boyfriend know? Who was she with? You know, all of these kind of things. And I don't know what to say, Sakina.
Indeed, Leanne, equally lost for words. And as you say, it's an absolutely horrific story that's being related here on social media. And I think even worse is the fact that we know that Tseho is not the only one. And I see along with hashtag justice for Tseho is also justice for Naledi. And haven't been able to establish who exactly Naledi is, but I can only imagine perhaps a similar sort of tale will unfold there. Yeah. So it really is absolutely tragic, and hopefully the law enforcement officials can get to the bottom of this sooner rather than later.
Yeah, all right, so that's that. And then just finally on day 75 of the lockdown, and I think it's important to emphasize what came out yesterday from the World Health Organization as we get ready to hand over to sports news. The World Health Organization is basically saying that COVID-19 has hit a new milestone and it is worsening globally. It really is, not just because we're seeing Europe maybe easing and getting better, and New Zealand yesterday declaring that they have managed to eliminate coronavirus. That is not the picture for the world, and thus they are emphasizing, they're saying COVID-19 crisis reached its latest tragic milestone with 136,000 confirmed cases reported in one day. It's the biggest they've had. Nearly 75% of yesterday's cases come from 10 countries, mostly in the Americas and South Asia, and cases have topped 100,000 for 9 days for the past 10 days. So, you know, these are numbers we can't let go of the focus of where we're sitting right now. And I know we tend to, and you look around and you see so many people beginning to live life again, and it's a beautiful thing. I know, because I'm also looking and I just want to get out there. But when you read these numbers, it's sobering to know that, you know, careful. It's getting worse. It's not getting better around the world. And that's it's a message I think we need to all listen to this morning.
Yeah, a message for us as well. As they say, the virus is now getting worse, and this is where we should be more vigilant, and that's the message we need to take away. All right, Leanne, let's get some sports news now. Valen